It's been a fun journey, but it seems that we've finally reached the end of our About the Races series. We've covered every sentient race in the known Mass Effect universe, so we thought we'd finish it off with a double feature. Today we're going to showcase two races unknown to all but the most dedicated of Mass Effect fans. Take note, there's no actual gameplay or images for these races, just little known facts and features. Similarly, there are many other prehistoric races such as the Inusanan, who lived in the Milky Way 127,000 years prior to the humans, predating the Protheans and eventually wiped out by the Reapers, as well as many others such as the Arthen, Densorin and Fohian. But very little is known about any of these races. So for these two final races featured today, do your best to use your imagination for visuals, and let's begin. Our first race is the avian civilization known as the Ralloi. Their physical description currently goes no deeper than this, giving the character designers considerable creative freedom if they do indeed end up being featured in a future Mass Effect title. So it's worth noting that, when interacting with other races, the Ralloi must wear environmental suits. During the timeline of the Mass Effect trilogy, the Ralloi had only just discovered the existence of other races after launching a space telescope from their home planet and spotting an Asari cruiser in their system. After opening contact with the Asari, the Ralloi were welcomed into the galactic community in 2185, which was during the events of Mass Effect 2. They then spent a few months being brought up to speed on how to fully integrate. Unfortunately, this didn't last very long, because during the Reaper invasion in 2186, the Ralloi elected to remove themselves from the galactic scene and remain isolated on their home planet. They destroyed any remaining technology that could be used for spaceflight or exploration, hoping that the Reapers would see them as a race too primitive to harvest. So let's move on to some fun facts, because the ultimate fate of the Ralloi is unknown, and even though it's incredibly unlikely, some do speculate that the open-endedness of their story could make them a prime candidate to be talked upon in a future Mass Effect game. And also, the Ralloi were forced to use environmental suits due to an outbreak of the H7N7 avian flu. And this flu strain is actually real and is seen in many bird species on Earth. So the second race in today's video, we called Virtual Aliens. And no, that's not just a lazy title. Currently, the real name of this race is unknown. Their story, however, is fascinating. So around 8,000 years before the events of the Mass Effect trilogy, this isolated but highly advanced race discovered their sun was one step away from supernova. With their only goal being survival, a ship was built with technology capable of allowing conscious minds to be uploaded into a virtual world. Approximately 1 billion of the aliens uploaded into the ship, which then left their system piloted by an AI. The ship travelled through the galaxy until it was discovered in 2185, after entering a Solarian system. The Solarians were initially wary of the Ghost ship, as it was called by some, as readings revealed only AI were on board. But eventually contact was opened, as a human exobiologist, Dr. Jordan Detweiler, voluntarily entered the ship and managed to communicate with the inhabitants, learning all about the virtual world. There were issues, however. The ship was in dire need of resources to continue running, and the Citadel Council appeared to be unwilling to provide this aid. When the exobiologist heard this, he entered the ship again to warn the aliens that the Council was preparing to decline the request for assistance. It was at this time that the aliens began to exert their ability to inhabit organic bodies. Detweiler was inhabited and used as a vessel to offer a trade for advanced technology in exchange for the resources needed. It wasn't until some time later that this ability was revealed, as Detweiler's body was being used regularly to communicate with the Council. The alien involved, Ambassador Saigan, explained that this was not done with ill intent, and that she was one of the many virtual aliens who wished to leave the virtual world and experience the galaxy as it is. However, moral issues were brought up, questioning what this would do to the person being inhabited. This resulted in over 400 individuals coming forward to offer their services as vessels to any aliens who wished to leave their ship. It's unfortunate, but as good as this story is getting, it stops right there. It's speculated that, if not for the Reaper War beginning just a year after their discovery, the virtual aliens might have been the key to advancing the galaxy in ways similar to the discoveries of Prothean ruins. Hopefully we'll see more elaboration on this in future titles and stories. Well, that's it everyone. We've explored the violence of the Krogan, the intrigue of the Asari, and now the potential of two races that we hope won't go untaped. For now, we hope you've enjoyed learning all about the various peoples of the galaxy as much as we did talking about them. But hey, let's not forget the most important part. We want to know what you think of this week's race, so let us know down in the comments below. I'd just like to personally say thank you to everyone for watching some or all of these race videos, as I have personally found them really fun to make. A big shout out goes to the writers here at MassEffectFollower, in specific Dan, who focused on most of these lore videos. I hope you enjoyed this series, as a like would greatly show your love for lore. But don't think we are done. This series will continue when we learn more about the races in Andromeda, and up till then, we will have more lore videos coming up. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and have a great day guys. Goodbye.